And now, we'd like to feature...
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Red Hot Underdogs. I am Anzac, proudly coming to you as the worst content creator here in the world, here in the universe. And with me tonight is the ever incredible, long contained, often imitated, but never yet duplicated. Put your hands together for Drewy.
Hey everybody, welcome to the podcast that is constantly like pushing a Datsun 120Y through the world's biggest traffic jam. How are we today, Julian? We going well?
Datsun 120Y. I remember the Datsun 180B or something. I don't know the Datsun 120Y.
Oh mate, it's a shout back to the early 80s. We had one in Pooh Brown.
Oh,
it was a little ripper. There was also one in banana yellow, but we had the Pooh Brown one. All good.
Well, banana yellow.
Yeah,
right. They're fast.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So we'll get on to many things tonight. I just thought we'd start with boxing and probably finish up tonight with NRL because there's lots of big stories and obviously the state of origin coming up. So save the best till last. But we got some big news coming up at the end of the year as far as the boxing is concerned. We have Tyson Fury and Alexander Usyk booked in for the 21st of December, but the 22nd more likely over here because of the time difference. 22nd of December. So it'll be a case of not season's greetings, but frickin' season's beatings.
Season's beatings. Well said. Everybody will have the day off work, the week off work, and it's going to start Christmas with a great heavyweight boxing match. I can't wait for Christmas. I can't wait for a rematch. What's going to happen? What's going to happen in this rematch?
Look, I have to sway slightly towards Usyk on points, but I will say this. The first fight, I had 6 rounds apiece, but I had Usyk winning via the knockdown, which makes a 10-8 round. I had him winning by 1 point. A lot of people had Usyk winning by 2 points, which means that outside of that round, he won 1 round more. And then there are a few that had him winning by 3 points, but you can't have him winning by more than 3. There wasn't a case for a Tyson draw or a victory, but it was just so close across the board. And this one will be very close. And this one's no lay down misère for either. But if somebody put a gun to my head, I would say Usyk by a cigarette paper on points, and it might even be a split decision. That's how close the first one was.
Is that what you want, though? Do you want that result?
Not what I want. It's not. It's definitely not what I want. I love Fury. He's such a good character. Like, because he stirs the pot. Not everyone likes him. He can be politically incorrect. He can rub people up the wrong way. I don't always want the butter in the butter wouldn't melt in your mouth kind of role model. It doesn't suit boxing for me. It doesn't suit my kind of way that I like my fighters when I go for them. But everyone's entitled to like who they like.
And the best thing about Fury win is there'll be a number 3 set up, especially if it's a win. Well, even if Tyson schools him, like absolutely to them. Will there be another one because Usyk won the first?
Well, I can't see that happening based on the first one. I'd never say never.
Hang on.
But I also think
said if Tyson schools him, if Tyson wins, smashes Usyk, then will there be a third one?
No. I know what
Tyson won't smash him.
I know what you're saying. I just think Tyson won't. I just think the second one will be razor close as well.
Okay, all
right. That's all I can see. That's the only forecast I can see.
Okay, I like that forecast though. I do like it.
Yeah. I know what you're saying, but that's the only forecast that I can see.
Bring on
And yeah.
December 22nd, right? Bring it on.
Yes, correct.
It's a
No,
holiday.
it'll be
We'll on
awesome.
holiday. We'll be here in the grotto
Yeah.
watching the boxing.
Yeah.
Where else would
Mm.
it be? Tell me, where else?
Well, that's it.
It's going to be
Oh,
great.
just watching the boxing. Get out the popcorn. Get out the peanut M&Ms.
There'll be a bit
Get
of
out
on
a nice
too.
cold drink.
There'll be
Yep.
cricket. It'll be good. Cricket and
Oh,
boxing.
it'll be awesome. It'll be awesome.
And what about
yeah, you go.
boxing? Isn't there that big daddy today? Big Bang.
Oh, yeah. Zaylee Big Bang Zhang knocked out Tyson Fury's old rival, Deontay Wilder.
Yep.
Unfortunately for Deontay Wilder now, I think it's time to retire.
Yeah.
He's now only won one of his last 4.
Yeah.
And he was only a few punches away from stopping Tyson in the first fight and the third fight that they had. The second fight was all Tyson Fury, a complete demolition job.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, through that trilogy, Wilder has left as a skeleton and a mere shell of his former self.
Yeah.
He can't pull the trigger anymore.
Yeah.
He's probably suffering a bit of PTSD.
Yeah.
And you got to remember, in fights 2 and 3 of that trilogy, Deontay Wilder got knocked out in both the second and third fight and went down a combined total of 5 times to hit the canvas. You don't escape that kind of punishment without some residual damage.
Yeah. But I mean,
unfortunately, I think it's ended his career.
He's got
because
some
he's not the
body
same.
bank, right? You can't feel
Oh,
sorry,
yeah.
you know?
No, absolutely not. I mean, before he was actually a fighter, he was driving a Budweiser beer truck.
Yeah.
And he actually got into boxing to help his daughter who had some sort of back complaint, some sort of form of spina bifida
Yeah,
or
wow.
scoliosis. And that's why he got into boxing, and he became a world champion.
Good
He
on
won
him.
the WBC belt. He defended the title 13 times.
Yep.
And nobody wanted to go near him before Tyson did, and before Tyson eventually physically, mentally, and spiritually put an end to his career. No one wanted to go near him. So it's not a sad end. It's not a sad career, and he's made a shitload of money.
Yep. So it's good. And what
Yeah,
about Big Bang? We love
well,
I love Big Bang because I mean he's
yeah,
spring chicken too.
Big Bang, I think, is 40 years old.
Yeah.
So he may not be a serious player in the whole heavyweight scene, but he comes with a massive punch, and he's must-see TV.
Yeah.
He's vulnerable and he's powerful at the same time. He can lose to anyone, but he can beat anybody. And he's just
Chinese. There's a big Chinese that love him, you know, that
he's just a big whirlwind of excitement, you know.
He's exciting. People love him. What about
he's must see.
Will we ever see Big Bang and Usyk, or Big Bang and Tyson, or that's just
it's possible. No, it's totally possible. He's back in the frame. So it's entirely possible, you know. And he's got a good record as a fighter. 27 wins, 2 losses, and 1 draw.
Yeah.
So he's no mug.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And he's got a nuclear punch. So, you know, it's entirely possible.
Bums on seats. He's that. People love him. People like to watch him.
Oh yeah, and there could easily be a thirst for that fight in China.
Yeah.
It would just sell out.
Yeah.
It would sell over there. It would sell out quicker than bowls of noodles.
Yeah.
So absolutely.
Half price.
Yeah,
half price.
Yeah. But unfortunately for our mate Tim Tszyu, he's had to withdraw from his fight.
Yeah.
It
was a decent one, right? You know,
on the 3rd of August. Yeah. He was actually going to fight Virgil Ortiz, who was 21 wins, no losses, and 21 wins via way of knockout. So
would have put him right back.
Oh, right back.
Tree, right back.
People had so much respect for this matchup. They're like, Tim, what are you doing?
Mm.
And Tim Tszyu's like, nah, fuck it. Either win by the sword, lose by the sword, but I want to risk everything and try and get right back where I was.
Yep. Yep.
And that would have ironically been on the undercard of Terence Crawford, who's fighting a fighter called Israel Madrimov.
Oh, yep.
Madrimov's a good fighter, but seen as somewhat of a tune-up.
Yeah, it's happening, right? That's happening.
Yeah. Ironically, the winner of that, which will more than likely be Crawford, because the guy is fighting is okay, but he's more sort of B+ level, not A or A+ level. But the ironic thing about that is once Crawford wins that, which is more than likely, like 90% chance, he's then in line to fight Fundora, which could have been Tim Tszyu if they hadn't have decided to go with the no result stoppage. But he fought on trying to be brave, but it just goes to show you that one bad decision can just put you right back.
Snowballs, and you miss more opportunity. What about this Fundora? He's not going to wait around for that, though.
I think he might. You know what? I think he might. Crawford's a big payday. It's a huge name. Tim Tszyu broke Fundora's nose in the second round, so that has to heal up. And I just think that he'll go, well, I might not need to sort of take any more punishment. I'll take my big bag of cash and roll the dice on it, because he doesn't want to risk having a fight and then being in the same situation as Tim Tszyu and then missing out on a big opportunity either. So
that's happening early August. And let's say Crawford wins, then when would the what do they call Fundora? The Towering Inferno versus
the Towering Inferno,
Inferno or Ferno? It's got to be Inferno.
Inferno.
Yeah.
Yes. That's right. So, and then that'll probably take place in January or February next year.
Okay. Well, look, he'll wait till then for a big payday.
Absolutely.
And it's a short,
and a Hall of Fame name.
Don't risk it. Don't risk it.
No. Hall of Fame name and a big bag of cash.
So what will Tszyu do? So Tszyu's been told he shouldn't fight, but and because of the cut on his head,
That's right. So I don't know specifically what it is, but there's some residual physical damage from that, and he's been instructed by the doctors not to.
Too much Vaseline. They're still pulling out Vaseline shoved in there.
That corner was a disaster. It was Larry Curly and Mo from the Three Stooges that day. Instead of getting Stavros from the kebab shop, he needed to get a proper cut, man. And there was a lot of things on that day they should have, could have, or would have done differently, but that's all in the past. And like myself, making a whole collection of fuck ups during my life, you live and learn from them, don't you? So
but
that's the way it is.
As you've said, it's not over for Tszyu. He will,
no.
And if he's taken this opportunity and he wanted to do it and can't do it, it shows that he will fight anyone to get back to where he was.
That's right. As Sylvester Stallone said in Rocky VI to Mason the Lion Dixon, it ain't all over till it's over. You're right.
Thinking.
It ain't all over till it's over.
No one can say that guy doesn't think before he speaks. He's a thinker. He's a thinker.
He's a thinker, he's a thinker, not a stinker. You're right.
You see, all right. So,
should we move on to the tennis?
Yeah, of course.
Yes,
Open.
Yeah.
Your mate Nadal. We love Nadal. I love Nadal.
We love Nadal.
I love Federer too, and I love Nadal. The trilogy was there for us to grow up, and it's here we are in our late 40s, and well, it's not there, but Nadal's there and the Joker's there. It's living our youth a bit, right?
Look, mate, we have been so blessed having Djokovic, Federer, and Nadal the three greatest male tennis players in the history of the sport in
History.
our era getting to
all
watch them.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, look at the majors they've won. 24 for Djokovic,
Yep.
22 for Nadal, and 20 for Federer.
Mm.
And Djokovic
Tennis
has a
has never
chance to
been
pick up the
so exciting.
25.
Yep, so exciting.
Sorry?
Tennis is
Yeah.
so exciting, and we've lived through it.
Right.
But this is the tail end. We'll so Nadal's gone, right?
Yeah, he got knocked out in the first round
Yeah,
in straight sets by Alexander Zverev 6-3, 7-6, 6-3.
who's good, but
So, yeah.
like really, Nadal is or was the master of the French. It was always, he's won more French than anyone. He's the French guy, French, hard court, and now he's getting knocked out by someone good, admittedly, in the first round. Is that it for him? Is that it?
Well, age and wear and tear are starting to catch up with him.
Yep.
He's had a brilliant career, the greatest clay court player ever, bar none. You can throw them all in there. The guy is an absolute superstar. He's an absolute alien on clay, almost untouchable. 14 majors, 14 French Open wins, 14 French Open wins.
Yep.
Let that sink in. That is huge.
And he doesn't
almost a decade and a half.
Yeah.
You know?
And he doesn't he doesn't like croissants,
Yeah, that's right. He doesn't like croissants, but he sure as hell loves the French Open.
Loves the French Open. That's true.
It's not a sad story.
No.
And Djokovic has a chance now that Nadal has left the vault wide open.
Yep.
He's got a chance to win the French, which would take him to 25 majors.
Huge.
Again, it's not a done deal, but my God, even 24 majors, that's like 6 straight years worth of majors.
Let's
6
be
fours
honest.
of 24. That is huge.
25 sounds better than 24.
It does.
It does.
I'm hoping he gets to 30. I don't know if he will.
Yeah.
I'm going to make a prediction somewhere around maybe 28. But maybe not. It's hard to know with these guys. But Djokovic is still making finals. He's still making semi-finals.
Yeah.
We can never tell for sure, but only time will tell. And he even was pushed to the limit last night, Djokovic, winning in 5 sets to number 30 seed. So an Italian guy called Musetti.
Wow, 30 seed. Yeah. Usually he smokes them a bit more, but he often does win in 5 sets though. Like
yeah. Even when he's not playing well, he still often wins, which is a sign of a true champion.
Yeah. So, I hope he wins. You hope he wins. I mean, there's nothing better than watching the best of all time play in front of you. And are we ever, like here we are, late 40s, before we die, okay, live forever, what do we got? 30, 40, 50 years, right? And then we'll be in that time. What's the chance that we will ever see some fucking cunt playing for 25 fucking his or her, okay? 25th fucking major. What's the chances that happens?
Oh, very slim. It might not ever. Yeah, it might not ever be broken. I can remember when it's like, instead of climbing Mount Kosciuszko, it's like climbing Mount Everest.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yep. Without the spikes, without your clothes, and without a tent.
Nude.
Yeah.
Climbing
it's pretty brutal.
Everest nude, like Starkers, not even undies on,
And without food and drink, you've just got an ice cube to suck on.
Yep. And maybe you got to carry a fridge to the top as well.
No fridge. Oh, yeah. Probably that too. So,
harder, let's be honest. Like, if you're climbing any mountain and you had to carry up a fridge, like that's the hardest thing.
It's brutal. Yeah. he's set an almost impossible standard.
Yeah.
And
No one will
if he
ever be
wins
like,
it,
I can do that. No one can ever beat him. No one.
if he wins a 25th, that's
Yep.
a further fuck you.
Yep.
So,
His
every
record-
major,
Yep.
yeah,
His records will only ever be beaten by himself. By him.
yes. Every major win from now on is a further fuck you.
Yep.
It just is.
Yep.
So that's just the way it is. And in the rugby league, we have
We've got to say respect to
Yes.
Joker. What a legend, you know.
respect to Joker
Respect to Joker.
and respect to Nadal too, because
Yeah.
the 114
Is this
French
it?
Open is massive.
Is this it?
I
Is it?
think so. He's actually hinted at retiring at the end of this year.
Yeah.
So I think that'll be it. And
Are we
I think
allowed to say he's not like he's still looking? He's got his guns and stuff, but just his head is. You know, I know our heads aren't looking that good, but he is showing his age in his head. If you just look at his face, it's just looking like a busted fucking old dog. Am I allowed to say that? I like him. I really like him, but he's just not.
You are.
Good. Yeah.
Listen, I'm not going to throw too many stones in my own glass house, but you're not wrong. But I guess people are a lot like hair.
Yeah.
At some point, they recede.
Yeah.
And he's going through that situation now.
He's not looking good. He's not playing good. He is a legend. How many fucking super yachts does he own, Drewy?
Oh, too many.
Too many.
One thing's for fucking sure. He'll never be working at my garden company. I'll never see him behind a fucking lawnmower.
No.
It's all good.
No. Hey, that reminds me of, I know it's not related, but do you remember Greg Norman had an accident with a chainsaw? Do you remember that?
I don't, but apparently I do now.
Yeah. So Greg Norman had an accident with a chainsaw. And this is well, let's say it's 10 years ago, right? A good 10 years ago. There's Greg Norman out there, like you just said, Nadal's not going to be out there with a chainsaw like with you, chopping down trees, right?
Yeah.
Why is Greg fucking Norman out there chopping trees down with a chainsaw?
I don't know. He's got more money than God. He could easily get somebody who knows what they're doing to do it. You know?
You know what I think happened? They're out there chopping his fucking trees down, and Greg's come up and he's just said, "You know what, fellas? Give me that fucking chainsaw. Fuck off, Carlos. I can do this." Fucking chop down the tree, cut his arm on the chainsaw. I mean, that's pretty cool. People forget stories like that, but I think about them.
Maybe it was too noisy around his house because in the trees there were too many eagles and birdies. Sorry, that's a really bad dad joke. I just thought I'd have to throw that in.
Yeah.
But
anyway, you're right. Nadal isn't going to be working with you in the gardening company. He's going to be on his fucking super yacht.
Yeah.
Playing tennis, or maybe what's that fucking game called where it's like mini tennis?
Badminton.
No.
Shuttlecock. No, I don't know. But whatever it is, he'll be playing at table tennis. I don't know. We could go on for all day. Maybe bring it up in the next podcast because we probably won't
Someone
remember
help me here. It's like the latest picket ball. It's called picket ball. Have you heard of picket ball?
I have now, just like the Greg Norman story.
Dude, it is the fastest growing sport in the fucking universe. Picket ball. And I heard about it. I thought, oh, this looks shit, you know? And I watched it with my mate John, and I'm just like, wow, this is actually really good. It's like mini fucking tennis. And I guarantee you, like Nadal, he'll have the full size fucking tennis courts on his super yachts. But he'll have lots of fucking picket ball courts as well. He'll be playing picket ball.
The fastest growing sport that absolutely nobody has heard of. I'm buying in.
No, it's big. I promise you it's big. Picket ball is big. Can you please Google it?
I'll take your word for it.
I'm not kidding. It's the fastest growing sport in 2024. It's called fucking picket ball. You couldn't make it up. Why
He'll
would
be.
I lie to you? Why would I lie to you?
No, you're not. He'll be playing picket ball and doing lots of lines off some big chunky buzzies. So all good.
On his fucking
Uh
rugby
on
league,
his yacht. On
rugby
his
league,
yacht.
rugby
Rugby
league,
league.
rugby league.
Yes.
Come on.
Before I get to Origin,
Yep.
before we get to Origin, exciting news, Papua New Guinea 2028.
Yep.
It almost seems like a done deal. So
I
the
mean,
government, yeah.
Is this pie in the sky? Is this like the thought that Tasmania is going to have its own Aussie rules team, right? For me, was a dream that would never happen. Papua New Guinea having their own rugby league team, you know. How's it going to fucking happen? The teams aren't going to go there and play in Port fucking Moresby because how do I say it? Port Moresby?
Moresby, yeah, that's right. Well,
Not
here's
Hornsby,
the deal.
not fucking, not like
No,
Hornsby where Lee lives, not Hornsby. Port
Moresby.
Moresby, Port Moresby, right?
Yes, well done. You got your teeth back in. Well done.
It's a fucking murder capital there.
So what's? Well, yeah. I mean, look.
It's third world, Drewy. How are they going to play there?
Oh, I'm willing to go to an away game. And look,
we'll be killed in 2 seconds. Seriously.
If no, I've got an out. If Manly is there and I'm watching an away game, and we're ahead by say 20 points with about 6 minutes to go,
run.
I'll tap you on the shoulder and go, Jules. Let's get out of here now before the siren goes. We've won the game, so we don't get a spear through our head. And if anybody wants to call me out on racism, I call bullshit because I'm married to an Indonesian.
Well, it's just a dangerous city.
I've got the immunity racist card. I've got the racism immunity card.
It's a really dangerous. Like, I'm saying something that people aren't going to say. I don't think they can have matches there. It's too dangerous. You know?
Oh, look, they'll get in some security. I don't know. Look, certainly greater minds than ours have thought about it. And the government's putting in $600 million into the venture. So that's part of our taxpayers' money. But hey, what do you do? And maybe they can convert some of those bamboo and vine stadiums into ones that are actually made of steel and concrete.
I don't even
think
we're looking forward to stadiums there. They've just got grass.
And the good news is they're probably going to have some electric scoreboards, not those hook-on ones that you put the numbers on via a nail.
Remember in Manly?
That's all good. Yes.
As a kid, did you ever go into because you could just walk into the scoreboard area. Did you ever go in there?
No, but I know you did because you're about to tell me a story about it.
Yeah, I remember it quite well. Like when we were in Manly as little kids, you could go in, right?
Yeah.
And where they changed because there was no electric, it was like Leichhardt still has that. You just get, you know, when the score goes up, you know, by 6 points or by, 2 points when you convert, you just put up the extra, it's like take out this, it's a number, 4 and put in a number 6. Boom.
Yeah,
and
I got you.
Remember, how's this for a story? We used to do it before Ridge. Remember Matthew Ridge?
I remember Matthew Ridge.
And he had such a high conversion rate that we used to put his 2 points up before he kicked it.
Yeah. Very good. The good old days.
The good old days. Yeah. Good old scoreboards. Port Moresby doesn't even have that. How does Port Moresby? They don't have a scoreboard. They just got a chalkboard. They just hold up a chalkboard.
Here's where the $600 million comes in because they'll actually be able to eventually get one, which is good. And here's the other interesting thing. Because Wayne Bennett, I should say, because Wayne Bennett has signed for 3 years to the Rabbitohs.
Yeah.
The Papua New Guinean side come in soon. And what happens there
We'll come in 2028.
Are you still there? Somebody's probably calling me because I'm doing this via phone. Can you see me?
Yeah. Everybody's hanging on your every word here, Drew. I'm just
I
sitting.
know.
Come
I've
on.
actually never had a phone call while we've been doing. So that's an interesting moment.
Yeah.
But because no one ever calls me. But
Yeah.
listen,
Tell him to fuck off.
they
You were on a very interesting point to bring him
yes.
back. So
So
you were saying
they
Wayne Bennett is with the Bunnies.
let me
for
talk.
years.
Yep.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Gotcha. So I think they want to make a play for Wayne Bennett in 2028.
Great.
My only problem there is how do we do the Wayne Bennett thing if there's so much traveling? Like he'll be 938 years old by
Yeah.
then.
And he'll be
Are you
looking
going to transport his pacemaker to Australia? Will he be doing Zoom calls for away games?
will. Yeah.
Like, I don't know what
100 years
happens
old, but
there.
he'll look 1,000 years old. Well, look, and that's not much more than 900, is it? But you know what I mean.
Will he be like the boy in the bubble? Will he have a force field around him?
I think so.
Will he be fed through a tube? It's I mean,
He's gonna
we don't know Wayne
do one of
Bennett's
those
state of health
costumes
by then.
like Darth hair. It's gonna be called
Yes.
Wayne Bennett Darth Vader kind of costume.
Yes.
They're gonna feed him all the oxygen and food. Yeah, they'll keep him alive, mate. They'll keep him alive. You know.
Yes. So it's the great
Goal.
it's the great unknown.
Mm.
It sounds all very good, but logistically
Really
it could be like
hope
yeah.
you're right. I really hope it happens, and it just shows that there is no greater game than rugby league, and rugby league is expanding and expanding well. The Dolphins, phenomenal success.
Yeah.
Phenomenal success.
Logistically,
yep.
it could be like a blind man going through a china shop, but it could be a success. I think they've got enough great minds around it for it to be a success.
Yep.
Anyway, with this round of rugby league,
Can I just ask one thing? Papua New Guinea, right?
Mhm.
What do you think the mascot will be?
I don't know, maybe a spear.
Now, can I just ask one thing?
I know a spear doesn't have a brain, but it might be a pretty good one.
It's very Papua New Guinea. Now, did you know that Papua New Guinea had cannibals?
Yeah, I don't think that will fly with the woke generation and people out there.
Papua New Guinean cannibals. And like you can just have this dude just munching on this fucking other dude in the mascot.
I can see a whole
Munching on
heap of people right now.
Yeah.
I can see a whole heap of people right now putting their hand over their eyes going, my God, I can't believe you're bringing that up. But guess what? We're not a woke podcast.
No.
We are the red hot underdogs, not the white cold snowflakes.
No.
So you want to go to another, if you want to go to another podcast because you don't like hearing that, there's a good sewing one called Itches for Stitches. So go there if you don't like hearing the.
Well, there you go. If you've got a better idea than the Papua New Guinean cannibals, I'd like to hear it personally. But that's what I think will fly. Will fly. If it was my choice, that's what I'd be thinking. Cannibals.
And it's been Robin Hood round so far.
Yes.
This round because of the players going to Origin. I call it Robin Hood round because it's stealing from the rich and giving to the poor. So a lot of the teams that you expect to win are losing, and the other sides are getting 2 points, which is good because it evens up the competition.
Makes it even. It makes the a close competition even closer.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And the two-legged walking clover of the week award goes to James Tedesco. He got dropped.
Yep.
And now he's back in the side because Dylan Edwards, who took his spot, had a calf or a hamstring or a quad complaint. And now he's out. So Tedesco went from losing the captaincy and out of the squad to losing the captaincy, but getting back in the squad.
I think good on him. I'm really excited that Jake Trbojevic has been given the captain. I think he's an amazing. It's not even just the fact he's a good player, but he's a good leader. He really, really is. And he brings he is he sums up manly mentality. That's what he does.
He does.
And and if New South Wales are going to win this, Jakey is going to spearhead this. Spearing as in no Papua New Guinea spearing cannibalistic. He is going to win it for them, Jakey. And I love him. And how good is it that Manly? Well, is it a good thing that Manly, right, has the captain of Queensland and the captain of New South Wales? Has that ever even happened before in the history of Origin where one team has both captains?
I don't know. I actually couldn't tell you it. It's a very interesting statistic.
Yep.
And just like the Greg Norman story, I'd
James.
never thought of that before, never
Yeah.
heard of it before.
Yeah.
But you could be right. It could be a first.
It'll be a first. Yeah.
So, but I just want New South Wales to win.
Yep.
You should hang your head in shame because you're a New South Welshman that goes for Queensland. I know plenty of those.
Yeah, in shame.
What do you do? Yeah.
Well,
But that's okay.
I'll tell you what I want. I want Manly to win. Okay. That's what I'm thinking about. Manly plays the Panthers. Is it Friday?
Yeah.
Is it Friday? Or
I don't know. I haven't checked. I was just happy to get the 2 points and a bye rather than sitting through another heart attack round this week.
And
I gave my heart a bit of a rest.
Louis, isn't the top 8 looking really interesting? Have you had a look at it?
It's interesting. It's Pitt Street by numbers. It's amazing.
Yep.
Big traffic jam.
Can I run through it with you? Okay. The
sure.
Teams on the top. The top right now, Rich would be happy here. Storm, number 1.
Yeah.
Storm, Melbourne, Storm, number 1. Same points as Sharks. They've gone down because they lost, right?
Yeah.
Sharks, 2. Yep.
Yeah.
Panthers, number 3.
Yes.
18 points. Dolphins, 16. Broncos, 16. So Dolphins, we're halfway through the year, and Dolphins are beating Broncos. Who'd have thought that would happen, right?
Yeah,
Would you have thought the Dolphins would be in the top 4 halfway through the year? Fuck no.
No, I thought they'd be scrapping for some burley and bait down the lower end of the pecking order, but no, the surprise packet happens.
Surprise packet. Then you've got Raiders that are sitting 6th, okay, because they won. They beat the Dolphins.
They did.
Leapfrogged mighty Manly, who is in the top 8, coming 7th.
Yes.
And I'm pretty happy with that. We're halfway through.
I'm happy with that.
I'm happy with that. We've won. Here we go. We've won 6. Okay.
Yeah.
And we've lost 5. Okay. And we've had 1 draw, 15 points. We definitely can make the 8, and we can play better. We can play better, and we can beat the Panthers this weekend. We beat them last time. We beat them a few weeks ago. I know they didn't have theory. We talked about that, but
doesn't matter. You got to beat who's in front of you, and that's what we did.
And Roosters in 8th. And a surprise too is the Bulldogs. I saw my neighbour Cos today. I told him Bulldogs were in the top 8. They're not. They're actually 9th. But
But that's all right. I like the way the Bulldogs
the most important thing, Drewy, is Manly is in the top 8. We're coming 7th, and looking good. Looking good.
I'm happy for Manly, but I've got to say I'm really looking forward to the State of Origin.
Yeah.
And I think it'll be a good series. Unfortunately, a lot of the New South Welshmen have been in Block C of the casualty ward in the Royal North Shore Hospital. It's a bit of a bits and pieces put together side, but it's not a bad side. And I think that it's a side that can possibly win, but you really need to have Queensland